Hey everyone, it's Melissa here with communicatewithangels.com, the Spirit Guided Life School. How are you doing on this Wednesday? I hope you're having a wonderful week. Halfway there. No, I usually don't think that way because I enjoy my life. So I'm not in a hurry to get to the weekend a lot of times. But of course, I do love the weekend too. How is everything going on your spiritual journey? It is a interesting time right now here in 2024. And I think a lot of people are seeking. And if you are, you're not alone. You're in the right place. I want to share with you today the two different approaches that you can take to establishing a communication with your angels and how both of these are important, and also how one of them may be something that you didn't even know was possible for you. So that's kind of exciting because I want to share with you how you can learn to do this. Okay. So if you're here live or watching the replay, please let me know your name, where you live, and what you're excited about learning today. Would love to connect with you. So the first approach to communicating with your angels is, I think, the one that most people know about more commonly. And that is that you have intuition, you have psychic abilities, and you can pick up impressions from your guides. So maybe you see a vision, maybe you hear something in your mind, maybe you get an inner knowing, or maybe you're picking up feelings. Those are the four kind of avenues of psychic or spiritual communication. Some people call them the clairs, right? Clairaudient, clairvoyance, etc. So all the same thing. Sometimes we use different words for the same thing, and just knowing that at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what you call it. It's really about, growing yourself. So some of you may feel like you're getting hunches, you're getting signs, you're getting some messages, but you don't know what to do with it all, how to interpret it, right? Do you see 111? It was so funny yesterday. My son was actually home from school and I was working with a client, but he came in to get his iPad because he's only allowed his iPad for a certain amount of time each day. And I said, okay, you can have it. So, and as he picked it up, he's like, Mommy, it's 11:11. I was like, of course it is. It's so funny. And I get covered in chills as I share that story. So angel numbers, signs are everywhere. And, but what I would love to help you to learn is how to get those messages in a more concrete way. Not going, I feel like there's something around trying to tell me something, but I don't know what to do about it, right? I want to show you the methods to receiving that guidance when you need it. Yeah. So I'd love to know, let me know in the chat, has anybody had some of those psychic experiences, right? Which ones have you experienced? Have you experienced that inner healing or clairaudience? Have you experienced the inner visions, clairvoyance? Sorry. There's so many notifications that start coming up and distracting me. I try to turn them all off at a time, but there's always so many. So inner hearing, inner visions. What about inner prophecy, right? The inner knowing, premonitions. Anybody experience that? And then we have the feelings. That one is sometimes a little harder to grasp, I suppose, because it's just pure feeling, pure sensitivity. But I'm sure that you have all had some kind of those experiences. So the first part of the Communicate with Angels course is showing you how to get those messages clearly and distinctly. Consciousness Rising, I did see your question and I will address that at the end, okay? And then she, I'm not sure, so probably she, I apologize. I'm definitely clairaudient telepathic contact. Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, so that's the first approach. The second approach to communicating with your angels is what I call that two-way communication. And that's why I titled this video that today. Two-way communication. So one-way communication might be, I feel like they're trying to talk to me, but I can't receive it because I don't know how to interpret it. Or one-way communication might be, hey, guidance, I want some help, and you're not getting anything back. All right. So we want to establish a two-way communication. And you can do this in a way that doesn't require the psychic gifts. That's amazing. And you may get that too, and that's even better. But you can learn a method of communicating that kind of cuts through any confusion or doubt because you're receiving it in your consciousness, and simply, get a really tangible response. So you can ask them questions to help you in your life. They're here to help guide you to your unique life purpose. And there's often a timing to that that's going to be more beneficial. There could be things that are higher priorities than others based on your life purpose. But you are unique. You can't really compare your timing or your growth or your path to anybody else's. And so that's why we have this amazing team of guides who are sort of like our board of advisors, detached but helpful, to guide us along the way. It's not in a way that will tell you what to do or impose on you, but it is giving you that higher wisdom that you sometimes we can't see the wood for the trees in our own life, right? That's just normal. So this two-way communication method is something that you will learn in a private session that is part of the Communicate with Angels course. And it allows you, like I said, to ask a question and get immediate answers. I use this technique nearly every day. Yesterday, I had some things coming up with my son, and also I'm considering moving. I'm definitely not made definite plans yet, but I'm just starting to get a hunch that my environment needs to change. And so I'm just starting to ask some questions about that to get confirmation. So I learned how to do this when I was 12 years old. I know not everybody is that young. But here I am, like I'm 46 now, and I'm still using this nearly every day. And I have had clients who I have worked with 15, 20 years ago or more who have come back to me and said, oh my gosh, Melissa, I still use that technique. So this is not just a gimmicky thing. It's just really working with you one-on-one to make sure that you learn it correctly, and that you're not going to, get kind of confused by it when you go home. We want to make sure that you're mentored to learn it, and then you're set, right? You can really have this ability for your life. And now it is 11:11 here on the East Coast of the USA. Maybe not where you live. Okay, so that is part of my Communicate with Angels course. It's an online course. You work through it in your own time, but you also get a 60-minute private session. And that is really cool because you're going to learn about which of those psychic gifts is your primary one, which one is your strength. So you can develop that even more and know that your first gift is often the main way that you get messages from your angels. You're going to learn how many guides or angels you have on your personal team for this lifetime. Whether they're male or female, and then where on the body they give you a feeling of chills, which is really interesting. So right now, the course is open for enrollment for just a couple more days. After Friday, I am going to close it for a few months. So I'm also offering a $100 discount on the usual pricing right now, and that will not be the case when I open enrollment again. So if this is resonating with you, I really encourage you just to check out this opportunity while it's on sale, right? So you've got just a couple more days to take advantage of that sale. Normally it's $297, and right now it's only $197 US. And that is the same price that's normally just for the one-on-one alone. You're getting the whole course for that. I like a good deal, so I like to present it that way, but it's true. So communicatewithangels.com/enroll. Hopefully I spelled that correctly. And I would love to have you be in the program. You've just got a couple more days to check it out. So if you want to contact me privately, the email address is the best way, support@communicatewithangels.com. So let me know if you guys have any other questions, and I'm happy to answer them while I'm here. KK, hi there. She said, the online sesh last week was quite fascinating. Thanks again, all the way from Tokyo. Yeah, so I am actually going to also do another free class tomorrow. So if you're intrigued by this and you want to sort of get a bit more details in that free masterclass, and by the way, you're welcome from Tokyo. I love having international people, and thank you for sharing that. But yeah, so tomorrow I'm going to do one more masterclass, and that's what KK, let me know your actual name, sweet, is talking about. And so in that free class, you're going to experience learning how to raise your vibration, which is another technique that you can take away and practice as much as you want. Hope you're practicing it, my Japanese friend. And we're also going to hear a message from your angels. So that is going to be really fun. And that class is free. It's like a preview. It gives you the first steps to the course. It definitely gives you value. It's not just fluff. It gives you experiences. And the cool thing about that too is that we get to share with like-minded people from all over the globe, right? So that link for tomorrow is communicatewithangels.com/masterclass. Kent, I apologize. See, I just assume that you're female, which is my bad. I apologize. Most of my clients are, but I love the guys, right? And some of my best clients are men, even though the majority are women. Men are the ones that are often very committed to their growth. So anyway, I'm so glad that you're here. Today is your birthday. Happy birthday. Yay. And you trusted your intuition to hop on YouTube at the right time because I didn't announce that I was going to be hopping on today. So you just picked it up. I love that. All right, let me go back to Consciousness Rising's question from earlier. And if anybody else has questions or comments, please don't hesitate, put them in. Okay, so he, I think it's a she from the picture. I wondered how you prevent lower frequency beings from contacting you. I'm being contacted by both. So this is actually more common than people realize. People think this is like a freaky, unusual, weird experience. I think it's pretty common. We are all picking up pressure from outside of us. And some people are just not honed in enough to realize that that's kind of lower beings, entities. I call them confused souls. They just think they're in a bad mood, or they just have this little anger outburst. And then they think it's them, or they blame it on somebody else. When actually what's happening is that they're picking up on outside energies. So you are energy, and you are an energetic frequency of energy. Okay? You are a vibration of energy, every single one of us. And our angels are a vibration of energy, and they have learned to master their energy to a very high frequency. Okay, so I kind of say higher, but in a way it's just that, like, I don't even know any other word to say other than higher. I hate to think of it as to be a greater than, lesser than thing, because it's not, but higher frequency is the best way to explain it. So then the lower frequency, like you were saying, these are souls who've probably lived on planet Earth before, who have passed on in a state of confusion or regret or longing or anger, or like all those lower frequency vibrations, and they haven't been able to let go of it. So they're kind of stuck around planet Earth. We call them, or I call them, confused souls. And I think in a few weeks, I'm going to be offering a low-cost class that goes into this. So I'll make sure that I try to post this on YouTube. And also the best way that I really communicate with people, if you're interested in taking classes, email. Email is really the way that I mostly communicate. So it's just so hard to find time to post on every single social media channel. So I don't always get to that. So get on my email list. So you just want to go to communicatewithangels.com and sign up for one of the, the opt-in with your name and email, and you'll be on my list. Anyway, I digress. So I'm going to be sharing that in more detail, the different vibrations and how energies affect us. This is not something to be afraid of or nervous about. It's really just something to be aware of. When you really get that you are energy, you start to recognize that, yeah, you're picking things up. Some of those souls have bodies and some of them do not. And we can really be of service to those souls by helping them to transition. They have got stuck along the way. because of their energetic frequency, they're more connected with planet Earth. And sometimes it's even that they're missing things from planet Earth, like they want a cup of coffee or a cigarette or a glass of wine. Or I even one time picked up on a soul that was like addicted to their cell phone, and they were missing that after they passed on, right? So there's many things that can keep souls anchored, but sometimes it's actually something where they're missing that physical experience because they don't have the physical body anymore. But they don't belong around planet Earth if they don't have a physical body. They need to go home to the universe, right? Planet Earth is for souls who've chosen to take on a physical body in order to learn and grow. So we can share with them to follow the lights. Why do we say follow the lights? Because each soul has a team of guides supporting them, and that doesn't change after they've passed on, right? So they, if you say follow the lights or call your lights close to you, that will help them to connect with that higher source of wisdom that is going to help them to transition to the universe. And then follow those lights, go where you need to go. The main thing is to help them to connect with their angels. Once that's done, your job is done. And then the second thing I will suggest to you, Consciousness Rising, I love that name, is you want to learn the spiritual cleansing technique. I am going to be showing people this in the masterclass tomorrow. Thursday for me, but for some of you Friday, depending on where you live in the world. And that technique is going to raise your vibration so that you're less susceptible to picking up on lower vibration energies, because like attracts like on an energy level. Okay, so that's my answer to you. And I do have some YouTube videos on that topic as well. You are so welcome. She said, thank you for spreading the light and love. You're so welcome, my love. Is there any risk at all to attract bad energies, namely bad ghosts instead of angels? No, because if you go through my step-by-step process, and that's why I think it's really important to learn this from an experienced mentor. I have been teaching this for more than 20 years, and I seem to never get sick of it. So it must be my life purpose. But I'm going to teach you the very first module of the course, and also what you're going to learn, get a taste of in tomorrow's free masterclass, is you're going to learn again that technique to raise your vibration. So when you know how to do that and you'll maintain it often throughout the day, it's really simple. It does not take a lot of time. It's not about meditating. Okay. I'm not a big meditator. When you do that, you're only going to attract the sources of energy that want to help you. You're more likely to attract bad energy, if you want to call it that, if you are not on a spiritual path at all. Okay, because like attracts like. So if you have good intentions and you want to grow, right, then you're going to attract more positive things. And this is also about discernment, you guys. Do you have boundaries in your life, or do you allow people to take advantage of you or, manipulate you? I used to be more of a people pleaser than I am now. And I learned from being in a not so healthy romantic relationship, that that's not going to fly, right? So I'm very loving. I'm very kind, I think. I like to think, I'm not perfect by any means. But also I need to learn to recognize a different vibration that I don't want to be involved in, or set a boundary if that person needs to be in my life, right? So this is not a mean thing. It's just being able to say, no, that doesn't work for me. And that's the same way that we're going to work with energies that don't have bodies than with people with bodies. Okay, don't feel like you're powerless to that. You get to choose what you are involved in. I also have a really, really powerful YouTube video. And actually, this is a good reminder. I think I'm just going to do a refresh of that video because it's an older one on my channel. It's probably, I don't know, I know it's before COVID, that really goes into this. So I think I'm going to just record that one again and put it out again so more people get this information about the different levels of consciousness. Okay. Wow, that was a discussion I wasn't expecting on having, but hey, I'm happy to answer the questions if I can. So if you have any other questions today, let me know. But otherwise, I wanted to make sure that you knew about these exciting things that are happening and share this with your friends. So the two things are the free masterclass tomorrow, Thursday, which is at communicatewithangels.com/masterclass. And then the Communicate with Angels course is on $100 off sale right now. So take advantage of that while you can. And that is good till Friday. The last day is Friday. And that link is communicatewithangels.com/enroll. I'm so glad that you guys were able to be here live. Thank you and have an amazing Wednesday. Much love.